Boom! What's up, guys? Happy New Year. Welcome to tonight's kickoff. And what we're doing is we wanted to start the new year with some ideas and tips and things that you can apply immediately to get your New Year's resolutions going on. So, Olinda, you made a comment right before we started about New Year's resolutions. What was that again?
So a resolution is emotional, and what you want to do is make a commitment, because when you make a commitment, that's when you take action.
Absolutely. So, guys, we think a lot of people are like, of course, oh, Linda, you know what this is like right now at the gym. You teach a
Yeah.
class at a local gym for fun. 2, 3 weeks ago, there was nobody there. What was it like today?
Oh my goodness. You could not find, I mean, there were all the machines were full. People were packed in there, working out. People were touring the gym, deciding whether they wanted to sign up or not. Classes were full. I mean, it was a madhouse.
And
But
2 weeks from now,
yeah, and then 2 weeks from now, we'll see how it is. But
yep,
I
that's
mean,
what
that's everybody making their New Year's resolutions, but the main thing is you got to take some action.
and
So,
make a commitment. So, guys, welcome. I'm Alan Branch. This is Olinda. We created Fitness One training systems back in 2008. It was a system that we used inside our fitness facility. We've had four of those, and we got a lot of great results with that. In 20, right before COVID, we sold that facility and moved to the coast of North Carolina, where our grandsons are. And since that time, we've been offering this program online, where everybody can take advantage of a different kind of training, and that's what we're going to go over tonight is how we do that. A different way of doing a meal plan. There's a different way of doing things. Hopefully it'll help you out. So if you're here, make sure you comment and say hello. I try to monitor the comments while we are here, but we are broadcasting to Facebook and to YouTube. And while Olinda's going over some stuff, I may have to bounce back and forth and try to help monitor what's going on there with the questions and the comments. So, one thing we want to start you off with the new year is what we tell our clients, and this is very important for everybody to understand. Environment trumps will. So that means the environment that you're putting yourself in is going to trump your willpower. So you might say, I'm going to do it, but if your environment, who you surround yourself with, the accountability you have, if you don't have that, your environment, the situation you put yourself in, will trump your willpower. So, Olinda, what's a good example of that?
that is if you decide you are not going to, let's say, eat sugary foods. You're not going to eat sweets because you know they're not good for you, and the sugar just makes your body more inflamed and everything. So you say, okay, I'm not going to have any sweets or sugar. And then you go out with the friends and they all get desserts. What are you going to do? Usually, you're going to, even if you don't get your own dessert, you'll probably try some of theirs. And then that just finishes you off. And there you go. Your environment, even though you didn't want to have the sweets, your environment offered it. It was so easy just to take a bite. So there you went for it.
That's why we recommend strongly that you put yourself in an environment of people who have similar goals. Now, obviously, all of your friends are not going to have the same goals as you are. That's why you're in a community, you're in a group, you're in a program, you're somewhere. Like you're here in this group right now on this call, so you can surround yourself with a different. Put yourself in an environment of people who have a similar goal, because you've got to remember that environment will trump your willpower. That is why you fail. You don't surround yourself with the right accountability, coaching, people, etc., and then you get led astray. And that's why the gym goes, like Olinda said, from super crowded to crickets here in
Crickets.
a couple weeks. So we've always been able to prevent that in our facilities. We were going through our clients today, and it is absolutely amazing how many of our people have been with us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years or
Yeah.
longer. They were with us at our brick and mortar facility because they stay with a community that keeps them on track. So that's all for talking. Let's get to work. Olinda, today we want to go over a couple of reasons why we recommend workouts being a little bit different. So why are our workouts different than what you might see in like Beachbody or like on a typical YouTube video?
Okay, so we really want our workouts to give you results. And the results that you want are usually getting stronger, losing weight, working on your balance, working on your independence, different things like that. So our workouts are specifically for those goals. So we have different workouts when it comes to someone who's a beginner as opposed to someone who is more advanced. They're all workouts that you can do at home, so you don't have to go anywhere. And again, they're based on what you need and what your goals are. So,
But
Alan,
what's the difference in that and like going and doing a boot camp or doing all jumping up on boxes or slinging kettlebells? Like there's what is the difference in that? Because you know what I'm saying. If I go online, I can look up workouts and I can see hundreds of fitness influencers who obviously can't afford clothes. But you see a lot of
that's
them.
a lot of things that we do see. However, with ours, we're looking at longevity. We are looking at something that you're going to be able to do in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s. And we are not expecting anybody to do jumping jacks, burpees, and box jumps, in their 50s and 60s and even 70s. We are trying to get you through all of these aging processes safely. And the main thing is to go with strength. We try to keep it slow, controlled, very simple. Some people, we repeat, yes, but it is effective, slow, controlled. And again, basically for what you need and your goals.
Well, then if you take it the next level, like we've got people that are athletes and they are, for example, there's at least 2 or 3 runners on the call. I'm still doing boxing and kickboxing, which is
Yeah.
not done slowly. And yes, I do jump. I jump rope. There's lots of things that you can do once you get the strength if you're doing it for the right reasons. So the difference with us is our focus is on slow, controlled, focused strength training because it's going to build a better metabolism. You burn more calories when you're not in the gym. You look better in a t-shirt. You move better, etc. What we don't want to do is confuse strength training, which is getting you the result, with recreational activity, which is generally abusing your joints. So as you get stronger, if you were going to compete in some sort of event, then yeah, there may be some other things we would recommend for you. But the basis of this program is to make you as strong as we can and as lean as we can without the stress on the joints, which is why in typical programming, we're going to leave all that out because until you're strong enough, you don't need that, if that makes sense. Now, the stronger, and one of my favorite people of all time, Allison Springer is on this call, and we have had. She's a big runner, and we've had multiple discussions on running. And I love her. It's a very peaceful topic. I'm not a fan of a lot of distance running. I will run if somebody's chasing me. I do run sprints, and I do lots of agility work because running just isn't that fun for me. It is for her. Okay. So if we look at it like this and we take Allison and we clone her, and I have 2 Allisons, and Allison wants to be very good at running. Okay. So I have 2 Allisons. Let's say that Allison A stays here, and I take the other Allison and I make her 20% stronger. Everything else is equal. And we put them back together. Who's going to win every single race? The Allison who is 20% stronger wins every time. So no matter what your activity is, you want to have fun. You focus on strength so you can be your best at it. That's the entire goal. That's why you do it. It's not that you can't do it. It's that if I'm going to do it, well, heck, let's do it right. Let's get strong. Now, from a fitness standpoint, our goal is to get strong because, Olinda, you explain this better than anybody. The typical person loses 5 pounds because they went on the diet, they drink carrot juice and did a toxic uh, cyanide cleanse or whatever, and now they've lost some weight. What happened to their muscle mass?
They lost their muscle mass too. So as you lose your weight, you're losing muscle mass. But then, let's say you went off that diet, you gained those 5 pounds back, but the 5 pounds that you gained back end up being fat. So we've lost 3 pounds of fat and then gained back 5 pounds of fat. Every time you lose weight, as you continue, you're going to constantly lose some of that muscle. And then when you gain, you're not gaining muscle. So, what we want to do is we want to build that lean muscle mass. So, when you lose weight, you still retain that muscle. And then that muscle is going to help with your metabolism.
And guys, that is the number one reason why, if somebody is speaking to me about our program, that I honestly will say, I can't think of a better way to do it because of that. I've got friends who do the weight loss shots, and we know trainers who are tons of cardio and starvation diets. They don't eat enough protein. And yeah, people lose weight, but you shrivel up and you just lose your ability to be freaking human. Like, who cares how much weight you lose if you can't get out of a dang chair or can't run across the street to save a grandchild or a child that's in the street? I mean, you got to have some muscle. So let's get to it on the strength part, Olinda. So on a squatting movement, let's just do this because tonight we'll have a lot of our people watching. Later we'll have the world coming in. And guys, if you're here later, please put replay down so we know that you're here. And if you are here tonight watching, as many comments as you can, share the post. This is to benefit everybody. And then after tonight, we're going on a live schedule. I'm going to be doing some live dumbbell workouts, some live boxing workouts. Olinda's going to be back on her regular weekly live workouts for everybody in our platform. So, Olinda, let's walk through the basics of the squat and let's talk about some modifications if people can't do them. You've got some dumbbells and some bands there, I think.
Right. So, starting off with a squat. Squat is a very basic movement. People have come to me and said, "Oh, my doctor said I can't do squats because of my knees." Every time you sit down and stand up, you're doing a squat. So you need to do them because every time you sit and stand, that is a squat motion. So what I start people with is what we call a wall sit. So you go to the wall, you put your back up against the wall, and you just slide down the wall. Now, the lower you go, then the more you're working those muscles, the higher you go. You're not working them as much, but you're just basically sitting at the wall and pretend like there's an imaginary chair there and you just hold it. Okay? This is called a wall sit. So you can take it as low as you want, you can bring it up, take it as high as you want. The whole idea is we are working these quads. We don't want to hurt the knees. From that position, then we'll go to a sit stand. So you just go to any chair, you sit down. Your goal is to stand up without using your hands. You stand and you sit. So we still start with that sit stand. We stand up without using our hands. We sit down without using our hands. Stand up. The next progression from that is we stand up. Instead of sitting all the way down, we pretend like we're going to sit down and then stand back up. Then we're going to sit down and we stand back up. There you have a squat. So you went from a wall sit, sit stand to a squat. Now, after you can do a body weight squat, we want to start adding weight to get you stronger. So you got stronger from the wall, then you got stronger from sit stand. Now we want to get you stronger by adding weight. So we will grab a band or a dumbbell and start adding weight to those squats. As you progress, you get stronger.
And guys, that's the simplicity of strength training. Now, what else can apply here? A barbell. You know, if you're at the gym, a leg press. It's really that's all there is to it. The secret from here is to make sure that whatever level you are, that as you get stronger, you progress and continue to add resistance. Now, there's tons of uh, variations of the squat. There are lots of variations of the routines, but this is the number one exercise you should start with is a squatting movement. It's going to get your heart rate up the most. It's the most important functional muscle in your quads. Studies have shown the stronger the quads are, the more longevity. Grip strength is also part of the study. The number of push-ups you can do. It's all simple stuff. The trick is, remember what we said at the beginning, environment trumps will. So we can tell you all of this. You can be gunned up and ready to go. But if you're not with a group or a team or somebody that can keep you on the track, it's hard to stay on. So, Olinda, next. So we did a squatting motion.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, what we're working on are 3 different things that you can apply right now. If you're not in a program, you can just willpower yourself to do it, hoping you're in the right environment so it doesn't get trumped. We're going to go with 3 things. So we did a squat. Give us an example of a pushing movement for chest, shoulders, and triceps.
Okay, so you have push-ups, and everybody says, "Oh, I cannot do push-ups." Well, again, push-ups are something that we do, and it works the whole body, but you can do them. So let's start. First place we're going to start is doing a push-up on the wall. Find any wall, hands on the wall, come down and up. So your push-up is on the wall. Then we're going to go lower. So I usually tell people go from the wall to the countertop in the kitchen. Countertop in the kitchen's a little higher, and you're going to do a push up there. We go from the countertop in the kitchen to a bench or a chair where it's lower, and we go to push ups there. From that, then we take it to the floor and we take our push ups first on our knees, right here, chest lowers and lifts, and then on our toes, lower the chest and lift. Key thing, you're lowering the chest, not the head. So I'm not doing this, lowering my head. It's my chest. My chest is what I go towards the wall. My chest is what I'm going towards the floor. My chest is where I'm going towards the bench. It's not my head, it's the chest. So that is a progression for push-ups. So the squat gets the whole lower body. The push-ups gets that pushing motion. Like Alan said, you're getting your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps.
Okay, so between the squat and between the basic push, you have covered a lot of the body, right? But we still need to balance out the back, right? And a lot of people are weaker in the back, which causes a lot of this slump over posture. And if you'll notice, one of the first things, a lot of you guys are 35, 40, 45 older. You'll notice the more people slump, the older they look. And at a certain point, there's a point of no return. You keep walking slump like that, things are going to be really hard to straighten out. Weaker back, tighter in the chest, things start to fold, walk with bad posture, problems. So how do we fix it? We got to make sure that we're training the back. So Olinda, I'll go ahead and do that part since I'm here. All right, guys, so here's what we use. I have rings, which are used to do rows. Now, this is just on a pull-up bar, and I can use the ring to go through pulling motions with the ring. We also go dumbbell, any sort of pulling motion. So if I'm braced and rowing, that's a pull. I can do it with 2 of those, or I can take a band, wrap it around a chair or around my feet, and I can go through the movements with the rows with the band. All of these are versions of a pulling movement. And all you do is think, okay, if I'm pulling That is my biceps, like a curl. A bicep curl is a pull. So a pull is back and biceps. A push is chest, shoulders, and triceps. Your squat and your split squats are legs. So if you balance your workouts with what we call the big three, a squat, a push, and a pull, and that's the foundation of all of our live workouts, all the workouts in our platform, all of our coaching sessions, all of our one-on-ones, our private sessions we do, everything is built on what we call the big three because you're balanced if you start that way. Olinda, anything you want to add to that on the pull?
The biggest thing is, and what makes us different is not necessarily the pull, but we have a program, we have a system. And you want a system that you can follow that's going to help you. And that is what we get in the big three. We have that system that we follow. I have been to tons of classes or seen classes where we'll end up doing 100 squats in the class and let's say 50 push-ups, and we will do maybe 5 rows, and that's it. So think, what muscles did we really work in that workout? I mean, it's not balanced at all. If you're doing 5 rows and you're doing 50 push-ups, I mean, there's no balance there at all. We make sure you stay balanced. That is our program. So you have to get into a program that has some kind of system that's going to make sure that you're balanced on everything.
So are you saying that if somebody shows up for a class and the instructor says today's arm day and all you're going to do is arms until you throw up, that's not a system?
That is not, that might be their arm system, but it's not a balanced workout.
It's
That's definitely
not a good system. So
right.
what if you walk up and the instructor says today it's nothing but burpees and kettlebell swings until you puke? That's not a system?
That's not a system.
Guys, use your head, okay? Don't just take our word for it. Critically think through what you're doing. Anything that's abusive to your body that overdoes it is not even common sense. You have a few goals from exercise or workouts, right? What are they? Elevate your heart rate so you can improve heart health. Got it. Build muscle, right? So you can be stronger, so you can do more stuff. You can just do stuff. You're stronger, so you can do stuff. You look a little better in a t-shirt. You don't lose your confidence. If you're a man, you want your chest to stick out further than your stomach. If you're a woman, you have the stuff that you want to work on, right? That's why you strength train. That's going to do the aesthetic. That's going to do the metabolism. That's going to help you move better. That's going to build your confidence. It also gives you cardiovascular because you are working. But then you need to add on what we call a baseline, which is you need to do some activity every day, like something simple. Okay. I like boxing. We go for walks daily, but I'm not going to train myself to only walk. I can't move or do anything else. I think that's not smart, which is why in our program we have something called the agility square, and that is where you can learn to be mobile and agile, and that gets your heart rate up, right? So between those things, if you have a good baseline, you're building your cardiovascular stamina, and you've got a safe routine to build strength, that's pretty much a win when it comes to overall fitness. And if you have any questions on that so far, please go ahead and ask them. We have tons of comments, but most of them are just comments of they love you, Olinda. I guess that's what the main thing is. All right, so let's anything you want to add when it comes to exercise. So if you're not on a system, 3 times a week, push pull legs, something like that would be a good start, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. Just like we said, get somewhere. And you can do body weight. I mean, the squat can be body weight, the push-up can be body weight. And with the pull, if you don't have anything yet, you can just grab a towel or a bar or anything and just do the motion pull. Think about it, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Right here, just trying to pull this towel apart, I'm working the back muscles. So you don't have to have a gym or you don't have to have a bunch of equipment just to start somewhere.
And in the program, and guys, if you're in our program, hope you're enjoying the new platform. Please comment and let people know what that's like. If you're brand new, if you comment plan down below, you'll get a message and you can go just check out and see kind of what the stuff looks like. So in there, Olinda, we do it with isometric, that's body weight, no equipment. We do exercises that will include dumbbells
Dumbbells.
or will include bands. So
Mhm.
most workouts can be done with any of that equipment. But if you've got, these are super inexpensive. You can get dumbbells really affordable on Marketplace. Maybe have a bench or a stability ball, and you're set to do every single workout on the platform. And there's probably 200 now, plus things that are being added brand new.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple to apply.
And like I said before, depending on your fitness level, you're going to choose something that you can.
Yeah,
So some of them, if you don't have dumbbells, you just stick with band camp. Or if you don't have anything and you want to start somewhere, you stick with first steps or something like that. So wherever you are and whatever you have, we have something for you.
yeah, I like that. Wherever you are and whatever you have. So Michelle, we see you. And I've seen a couple go through, but I can't respond now. But you'll get a automated message from Olinda, and it'll ask you a couple questions, and then we'll jump in when the call is over. But there'll also be a link on there you can click and check out everything. So the different. This is for everybody. The different programs that are on the platform now. So we have a brand new version of First Steps. So if you're a beginner, that will be uploaded by tomorrow evening. You'll have a brand new version of First Steps. And First Steps, Olinda, what would you say? That's getting up off the couch and just getting going. That's beginner.
Right. And it's just 10 minutes a day. Every workout is 10 minutes. That's all we ask. We don't ask for anything else. It's just give us 10 minutes a day. Each video is 10 minutes and that's it. And you will get the big three and every last one of those. But you've got to start somewhere. And if you're starting off, you don't need 20 and 30 minutes of a workout to where you're going to pass out. So the first steps are for beginners, and that's every last one of those workouts is 10 minutes.
Then I would think it probably moves to band camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the option of training with exercise bands, great for all levels. I train myself on bands. I use bands every day. But then it goes to band camp. Then we have intermediate. Then it gets more advanced. There's also yoga. My new boxing program is in there. And there's also the agility and mobility platform where you can learn agility. That's also in there. So again, guys, love to have you. Thanks for the comments we're getting. I see them. Comment plan if you want to learn what's in there. Let's talk about the nutrition, Olinda. So the number one recommendation is focus on protein.
Yes.
What are your top 3 favorites? Go.
Protein. Oh, salmon, eggs, and steak.
Okay, beautiful. I would agree. I also eat sardines. Olinda thinks sardines are disgusting, but for those who like sardines, we're our own secret club. Olinda, when you get the protein, what's the minimum? What's the minimum recommendation?
So what we try, or what I work with my clients on, is we want 30 grams of protein per meal. So if that's your goal, now you can get more if you want, but if we can get 30 grams of protein per meal, that's going to be enough protein to fill you up, to give you the right amino acids for your body, and as you go throughout the day, to help you maintain that lean muscle mass.
Okay, so a couple of years ago, almost 5 years ago, we started making live shows where we discussed amino acids. About 3 months ago, every influencer in the world is now saying, you need 30 grams of protein or you need amino acids, and they don't explain why, right? So now every podcast has somebody talking like this, like we know that you're not really on a podcast, you're just filming yourself, but they're talking over and go, oh yeah, you're needing this many grams, you got to eat this much protein. But why? Why is 30 grams even, why do you even use that number? It's because of the amino acid balance. And if it's not an animal based protein, it's different. So, animal based proteins are complete amino acids. Plant based can be, but requires a lot of extra calories. So, the simple version of this is to get the right balance of essential amino acids, you need about 30 grams. It's not exactly, but you need about 30 grams of animal based protein if you're going to get enough amino acids, which are what makes up your protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. If you're going to get enough to keep your muscle, grow muscle, you need to get in that close to that 30-gram range. That's why. It isn't just a random number. It's based on the idea that we want you to learn to eat for the amino acids because that's what protein is. All proteins are not created equal. We are doing a very detailed training on this inside of our platform. If you're in the premium program of that, we've got a premium coaching module that's launching, and it's going to be like really in-depth, detailed breakdowns of how to understand that, and it'll change how you eat. So,
And the main reason we do it that way, the main reason we're trying to teach you guys this is because if we just tell you to do something, but we don't tell you why, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, and it's not going to mean anything. But if you understand why we ask for the 30 grams of protein, if you understand why we ask for animal based protein instead of a whey shake, if you understand why we're requesting that and we explain it, then before you go pick up a protein bar, you're going to think, okay, is this protein bar going to give me what I need, or can I wrap this turkey around some cheese and it be more beneficial to me? That's what we want you to do. We want you to think before you do things, and by explaining and teaching you why, we feel like you'll learn not only why you're doing it, but it'll make you more accountable to do it correctly.
so when you're in that wrong environment, Olinda, you have the knowledge to make the better decision and hopefully not let the environment of the people around you. Like we've had a lot of clients, this has happened a lot, that they will start a program, they'll drop like 30 pounds inside of 6 weeks. Then all their friends, and they had the weight to lose. Okay. It wasn't like they were super skinny and lost 30 pounds. They had weight to lose. They lost 30 pounds. And then their friends go, you're getting too skinny. Meanwhile, they didn't lose any weight, right? So all of a sudden, you're the fit friend. So your friends don't like that you're the fit friend. So now you're too skinny when actually you look fantastic and your environment is trying to trump your willpower. Hopefully, you getting in better shape, you taking care of yourself helps build an environment for other people around you to jump on the wagon with you. So you're building your own environment. That's important and something to understand that learning those things, like Olinda said, can make a huge difference when the rubber meets the road and you got to make fitness decisions. So, so what do we know, guys? Here's what we know. We know that strength training is going to build muscle, nothing else. Okay, you got to strength train. That's going to improve your metabolism. That's going to help you burn more body fat. We know that it's important to have cardiovascular endurance, stamina. So you need to, whatever you're going to do, you need to do it hard. It doesn't have to take long, but you got to do some things that require a little bit of exertion. You need good balance. You need to do things that teach you to move in space so that you're safer and you can be more athletic if you're an athlete. We know that you can't eat and consume more energy, calories, than you burn and expect to lose weight. We know that, right? There's people that will argue there's such a thing as like a protein overfeeding. Like you can eat more calories if you're eating protein and still lose weight. That's sort of an anomaly thing. I've played with it. It does work, but it's not realistic for most people. We have to keep our mind that you just can't continue to consume excess and expect the calorie to go down, the scales to go down. These are all things that we know. This is what the system is. The system is a way to strength train where you don't hurt your body so that you can build your metabolism and you look better in a t-shirt. But more importantly, you move better, you have better balance, you build stamina so you can do stuff that you want to do. And then you learn to eat in such a way that fuels that work, fuels that muscle so that it works in what we call the fit loop. So the fit loop is strength, stamina, nutrition to fuel it. And once we get that wheel going, guys, I'll promise you, you will feel the best that you have felt in a very long time. And that's just from getting on that loop and understanding the cycle. And that is what the system is. When we say Fitness One training systems, there are systems in place to help you accomplish those things. Olinda, anything you want to add to that?
No, just remember, and this is what I wrote on the board when I was teaching class the other day. If it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. So if you don't do something different, you're not going to get change. You've got to do something different and challenge yourself, or you're just going to get the same result. If you just do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. If you challenge yourself and change something, then you will see a difference in results.
So what is that? Let's relay that to just something simple. So guys, this is just like one of my dumbbell handles. Okay. If I started doing a bicep curl because Olinda said so, and I'm doing bicep curls and she said do 12, and I'm watching a video and I did 12, and then I'm like, all right, what's next? Oh, I'm gonna press it now. Okay. I start pressing, I do 12, and I'm like, all right, what's next? It's useless. It's not challenging you. If Olinda, if you're watching, if you're doing a workout in our platform, or if you're attending one of our live sessions and Olinda says do 12, 10 should look like this. I mean, you should be feeling it. By the time you get to 12, there should be some kind of challenge going on there, because you're not changing your muscle if you're not challenging it. Keep that in mind with every workout. What she said is so true, but you've got to apply it by making sure your intensity and consistency is right. So I'm going to give you guys a second for any closing comments that you have. Olinda, anything you want to put on top of that?
Nope. I just hope everybody has a great new year. And instead of making a New Year's resolution, make a New Year's commitment and put some action to it. And actually, do something that's going to make your body feel better and work on that longevity.
So we'll end it with this. We like to borrow quite a few things from our pastor, who's got some pretty interesting ideas, and his name's Kenny Chin. And he said this the other day, and he basically told a story of how somebody would learn this child was going to learn the secret to life. Okay. And the secret to life, they were little, and the parent said, when you're 12 years old, I'm going to tell you the secret to life. So the kid grows up waiting to learn the secret to life, turns 12, jumps up on his birthday, runs to his dad, says, Dad, I'm 12. What's the secret to life? He's like, okay, here's the secret to life. Think this through carefully. The cow does not give you the milk. And the kid is like, what? What does that mean? How is that the secret to life? The cow doesn't give you the milk. Basically, the idea is God provided the cow, but the cow's not going to knock on your door in the morning and say, got your milk ready. You have to get up. You have to feed your cow. You have to take care of your cow. When you're ready to go get the milk, you have to go milk the cow to get the milk. It basically means, in case you haven't caught on yet, you have to put in the work. The tools are here. Here are the tools. We are here. Platform is here. Coaching program is here. Here's all the tools. If you do the work, you're going to get the milk. If you don't do the work, it doesn't matter how many lives we do, how many coaching calls we do, you're never going to get the result. So the secret is do the work. That's a pretty good way to end a call. What do you think? Yep.
Yes.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us tonight. If you're in our platform, lots of things going on in there, lots of things to do. 30-day plans in there, communities in there, getting ready to start lives. All the information will be there. If you're brand new and you're watching this either on YouTube or Facebook and you want to be part of this community, and these people are pretty dang cool. You can tell by just reading their comments. If you want to be part of a community like this, we'd love to have you. We've got a brand new version of this that launched literally today on the 6th. We've had an early bird that's sort of a premium version, and now we've got our open platform that anybody can join, and you can take advantage of learning some of this stuff and being part of a community like this. So just comment plan down below if you have questions. For the rest of you guys, you better get some sleep tonight because tomorrow you got to get back to work. Right? All right, guys, have a great one. Let us know if you need us. We're here. Happy New Year. Let's do it.
Happy New Year. Night.